Yes, very true. I am walking through an airport, but it's for a very good reason, and I will explain. In fact, I'm going to get Jess to explain.
So we've actually been on the road for the last 7 weeks, filming season 17 of Pat Callinan's 4x4 Adventures. You'll see that one on Channel 10 in December of this year.
So it's been a hell of an adventure co-hosting the show, but there's something even more exciting happening at the moment because we are just about to fly Perth to Sydney and then Sydney to
wherever. So we're actually going home to start packing up Josh's apartment, getting everything out and into our caravan, and our ute is taking a little bit more time, but we don't want to wait to get our van, so we've hired a ute so we can go pick up the van tomorrow and start the big week I think that we have ahead of us.
It's going to be a massive week. We have to get the whole apartment into a caravan, get the ute ready for the road.
Regardless of all that, we are super excited for this next adventure. We've been itching to get back. Of course, we've been loving filming. It's been so much fun. We've been sleeping in swags, rooftop tents, been to Durkartog Island. You'll see it all when it hits the screens, but we just cannot wait to start our own adventure in our Snowy River SRT-19.
Our adventures are going to be right here on YouTube, coming live right about every fortnight for you guys. So this is going to be super cool, super interesting, because we really are going to take you to some of the most remote and inhospitable places in Australia, places I reckon a caravan's never been. Okay, so the van's been parked up for 7 weeks while we were away filming. It's always a scary moment when you open the door of any van after it's been parked for that long. Leaks happen to most vans, so that's what I'm most worried about. So we're gonna have a quick look and also just make sure that everything's still frozen and the fridge is still on. Okay, there's no bad smells and that's a good sign. Looking around, the things that would leak, roof hatches, check the one in here, that's all good. Windows would be my next area for concern, and they're all good. And if the roof was leaking, we would certainly know about it. So Snowy, thank you, you've absolutely killed it. The waterproofing works well. My mate told me there was some absolutely torrential downpours while it was parked, so I'm really happy because this has just tested it for us before we hit the road. We don't need to find out when everything's in here. So absolutely perfect, really happy. I will just check the freezer. Jess's frozen berries are still frozen. There's not actually anything in the fridge, but the fridge is cold. Okay, absolute winner. I'm so happy with that. That's a massive relief. Okay, so I've done my bit. Jess, you can pack the van.
So if you're wondering why I have the camera on a tripod, it's because Josh wasn't joking. He's actually not helping me today, but that's fine because I want him out of the way, to be honest. I've brought over a big box of things that I want to fit into the caravan. So I like having the opportunity to do this across the road from our apartment because it is an additional challenge for us. We are living in the van. We need all the living essentials and we need to work out what we need to cull and what we can't live without.
Never knew how much crap I had accumulated over the years, but I am finding it now and hating past Josh. I just got off the phone to the boys at CarPro. We were hoping for a Friday departure with the van and we're still just hoping for that. They're gonna have it till Friday, so we weren't really expecting that. Because we're here, I can't be working on the ute, so all the preventative maintenance of injectors and bigger intercoolers and all of that is getting done by CarPro, including the installation of the long range tank as well. And we're here getting this ready. So now the new plan is to pick the ute up on Friday and then hitch the van up and go. I'm just looking at a room full of stuff here and a room full of stuff here and a room full of rubbish over there. So I'm wondering how we're going to get this all done, but we're still really working with the timeline we had. It's just that it's going to be a mad rush at the end, which, let's face it, it always was going to be.
Come check out how we've organised the inside of our van. So last YouTube video, when I gave you the interior walkthrough, we had just picked up the van from Melbourne. So it was pretty much the bare bones, the skeleton of the van, and now we've had some time to pack it. This last week and a half, we have been spending every day packing the van. We've been unpacking from the apartment, putting everything into boxes of throwing out or bringing into the van, trying to fit it in here and then culling the things that don't fit. So I wanted to give you a realistic walkthrough of how much stuff we've brought for our lap around Australia. First things first is the kitchen essentials. So you have to remember, we went down from an entire apartment kitchen to just one cabinet. We're thinking about weight, we're thinking about space, and we're trying to be as efficient as possible. So all we've brought with us are 2 pans, a pot, mixing bowl, a grater, collapsible colander and some collapsible containers. So this is one tip, and I guess one world we've been introduced to since we got the caravan is the world of collapsible items. They take up less space when they're stored. Even though it's marginal, it's massive when it comes to packing the van. We even have a collapsible washing basket. So it seems like a lot of companies are adapting and introducing items that are helpful for travelers. So this next cupboard, I made an executive decision to make this our spice cupboard. This is where we put stock cubes, spices, sugar, oil, everything like that. It may change. Kind of figured because we're cooking here, it would make sense to have it up here. So when it comes to these drawers, it's pretty obvious, but the main point that I want to drive home is the fact that we aren't bringing more than we need. We are hoping to make friends along the way, but I don't think we'll be hosting any dinner parties, so we haven't bought a full set of cutlery. We've got 4 forks, 4 spoons, 4 knives, just enough to keep us going. Same goes with the second drawer, so, you know, things like wooden spoons, tongs, measuring cups. We've just bought one of each. The third drawer I think is the same as many Australian homes. It's the everything drawer. We've got glue, we've got sticky tape, we've got batteries. Just the where is that is going to be this drawer. And the bottom one is the same. It's cords. Again, might change, but I think that's what's going to work for us for now. So underneath the sink, as we mentioned last time, we've got these 2 little shelves, and on the bottom is where we put our coffee machine. It slots in perfectly. And then on the top, we've got our cleaning supplies. So again, I've compartmentalized everything into their little baskets so it doesn't fly around while we're driving. And the brand that I love is Koala Eco. So I've used this one for years, ever since I moved out of home and I was responsible for my own cleaning. What I love about it is it's natural and low tox. So a big thing of mine is lowering the amount of toxins that I ingest, that I expose myself to. We do live in a pretty toxic world when you look into it, with all the products that we use and the things that we're exposed to. So the best thing you can do for your health is to use products that are low tox. Unfortunately, it'll never be a non-tox world, but the less that you expose yourself to, the better. And one other thing I love about them is that they use Australian essential oils in their products, so just leaves this beautiful Australian smell behind. So coming over to our little dinette area, we've got our drinkware in this one. So I bought these glasses from Kmart. They're made of acrylic apparently, which I'm hoping is as indestructible as we need. Definitely better than glassware. This was something I hadn't even considered when it came to the caravan. I figured I was just going to bring all my mugs and glasses, but quick wake up call after we recently went over some corrugations that glassware definitely will not last. So when it comes to the ceramic mugs, I got these cute little ones that you can just pick up at certain campgrounds and roadhouses. This one's from the Pink Roadhouse, and this is from Coward Springs on the Oodnadatta. Not only are they cute, but they're practical. They can get banged up and they're not going to break. And of course, our Yeti cups and some more cups. So I think that we're pretty stocked for drinkware up here. And in this little one, we've got bottles. These little clear containers, this is sort of a hack that I thought of, because if you imagine, our house is moving all the time. So when we're hitting bumps, turning corners, the things in the cupboard aren't going to just stay magically upright. They're going to fall, and then when you pull up to camp and you open this up, it's just going to fall straight out at you. So I'm hoping that compartmentalizing our things into their little baskets is going to keep stuff neat up there. Coming to this second one, at the moment, all we've got in this one are our plates and our bowls. I bought these ones online from a place called Daisy Gray's. I liked them because they were microwave safe, and we do a lot of microwaving with our food. They are dishwasher safe as well. Not that we have a dishwasher, but that just tells me that they are going to be durable for the time that we're on the road. And I got green because it's unisex. If it was up to me, I would have got pink. And this last one, this is my luxury item that I couldn't really leave behind. It's my juicer. I do love making my fresh juices, and health is a big priority of mine, and I think this is just one way to keep healthy on the road. And I've justified the space by also stuffing in these tea towels, oven mitts and cloths in there, so it's not just holding my juicer, it's holding some other stuff. Down under here is some secret storage space that you may not know about, but hopefully when you got your caravan walkthrough they showed you. Underneath the lounges, you've got these 2 little compartments. They've got these little lids on them, and when you pull them away, you have a little box of storage space. So for us, we thought we would put our shoes in there just because they're out of the way. It makes sense. Josh's boots stink, so I can lock them in here. I don't have to see or smell them. And then once you put the lounge back together, it's like they're not there at all. So I think it's a great use of space. I definitely think shoes are the thing to put in there, but I would love to know what other people put in their caravan under seat boxes, because yeah, it was one that I guess I had to think about what was going to work the best. So when it comes to the bedroom, this was my biggest challenge in culling. I went from a full wardrobe and a massive chest of drawers of clothes that I had held on to and hoarded for years. Most of the stuff I wasn't even wearing, but I'd held on to just in case. So I had to make a big cull. I threw out like 8 bags of clothes, gave them to my mum and sister, donated them, and now I've just got this cupboard up here and this wardrobe over here. So what I've done with the wardrobe is I've folded a lot of jumpers, dresses, long sleeve jeans, things like that, pants in there, and then I've hung the things that don't really fold well, so like jackets and some woolly jumpers. Up here I've got everything like shorts, skirts, tops, singlets. I've just stuffed it all up here. As you can see, it's not amazingly organized, but it'll do. Josh actually had a different way of storing his stuff on his wardrobe side. What he's done is got one of these storage hanging cubes and he's folded and put his clothes into those. I think it actually makes a lot more sense than what I've done, so I might need to steal that idea of him and adopt that. But I guess we've got 2 different options of what we've done, and just we'll see whose works better. Underneath the bed, as you know from our last video, oh, there's the microwave thing. We put the microwave plate in the bed, usually in a pillowcase, just because it protects it when we're going over bumps. But you need to remember that it's there, and I don't always remember. So as you would remember from our last video, I talked about the under the bed space, and we've utilized that now. So under here, what I've done is I've actually used a similar strategy to what I've been doing in these cupboards where I'm putting things in baskets and tubs. So I've got a tub for everything. At the moment, this is what my activewear is in because I am planning on doing exercise on the road. I've got another one for my pajamas, so just so I can access them better. I think if this kind of stuff was in the wardrobe, it would just be flying around and I would have to pull everything out to find it. At least this way I can pull out the little basket, I can go through my stuff and I can find what I need. And I've done the same with my undies and socks and bikinis. They are in this little baskety thing that I found at Kmart, and the top one is for undies and socks, the bottom one is for bikinis, so I can just pull it out, access it, and as long as no one is in the bed, it's just as easy as opening a drawer to get all this stuff out. So when it came to the bathroom, again, just like my clothes, I had to cull. I had a lot of skincare and makeup, but I'm not really going to need that on the road. So I gave a lot of it away. And now that we're living this low consumption life, I'm not really going to be adding to it. As I mentioned in the last walkthrough video, this cupboard on the right here, this one is mine. I've put things in their little containers, their boxes, so it doesn't fly around. And when I want something, I'll just pull the box out, go through it, pull out what I need, put it back in. I think it's definitely a neater way to stock the cupboards. And then in these little cupboards above the sink, we've used that for our linen and our towels. Again, we made a decision to not bring 5 bath towels. We've got 1 bath towel each, 1 beach towel. That's all we really need to keep us going. And then we're not adding to the weight and using unnecessary space. We've also used these for spare linen for the bed, as well as bath mats and hand towels. So in these bottom drawers, we don't have anything in here yet because I haven't done my big shop yet for hitting the road, because we still are unfortunately a couple days away. So we're still waiting on the ute to be finished at the mechanic. But in here is where I'm assuming we're going to put our dry food, so things like pasta and rice, cereal. There's plenty of space. I feel like it's probably the equivalent of a tall pantry just because the drawers are so wide and so deep. So that's just a little walkthrough of how we've organised and compartmentalised our stuff for the road. I would love to see how other people do it, because honestly it was a bit of a mental challenge for me to look at how to get an entire apartment into a caravan with enough stuff that's going to last us a year and hopefully beyond on the road. As I mentioned, it is a work in progress. We are willing to change things around to make sure it works, but at the moment I'm pretty happy with how this looks. Throughout this video you may have heard a lot of road noise driving me insane. I cannot wait to get out. We are just eagerly waiting on our ute to be finished before we can hitch up and we can leave, and fingers crossed that's going to be in the next couple of days.
So Jess is at home putting stuff in the caravan, and I'm here putting stuff in the storage unit. You know, all that sentimental stuff that you're never really going to use and you're going to end up paying thousands in storage. and it's never going to go anywhere. That's the stuff I'm putting in here. So all the trinkets, all the sentimental items going in here. Then I'm going back to Cronulla, put more stuff in the van, and then pick up the ute and we're off.
Today has been push day, so from the moment we woke up, we have been getting everything out. We had removalists come in this morning, cost Josh how much?
$770.
To get rid of his furniture and his bed and all that kind of stuff, so a necessary evil. We just had people from Facebook Marketplace come pick up a bunch of stuff we listed for free.
Side steps on the ute, so we put some rock sliders on, a bunch of other little stuff, and now getting stuff out of the ute that doesn't have to come on a year-long trip.
It's been crazy, but it's feeling really real. The rooms are looking really empty and we're really excited that we're hitting the road today. We're saying goodbye to the apartment today.
I'm sad. I really love this place, but I'm also super excited. I was never really here anyway, so does it really matter so much that I'm leaving? Probably not.
We're heading to Diamond Head Campground. It's about 5 hours north. We're currently on the highway, so we are hoping for bright sunny skies, get away from this rain, and then after Diamond Head Campground we're going to head further north to Byron Bay.
And then from Byron Bay we are going to head to wherever we want, whenever we want, and it's going to be absolutely bloody glorious.
For sure. I feel like this day has been a long time coming and we are exhausted and starving, so our energy is probably not up where it should be, but this concludes this YouTube episode, and catch us in the next one to see our very first on the road full-time living adventure.
See you then.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and of course turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of the cool content we've got coming for you.